Hey, Dan Denley here, founder of Overwatch Force. So what I wanted to do today is just walk you through the profit multiplier number one, which is the quick cash sale, which is the profit multiplier number one from my free report, 6 ways to double your sales from your existing list without spending a dime on ads, affiliates, or JV partners. So all of this is about taking your existing customer database, okay, your existing customer list, doesn't matter what format it's in, and whether it's email or whether it's postal service or whether it's it doesn't make any difference. Okay. But the whole point of this report is to take money from your existing customers because that's the easiest, fastest sale that you're going to make. Okay. It's just to sell more stuff to people that have already bought from you. All right. So this is just the first of the 6 profit multipliers in that report. So if you haven't read the report, you definitely want to do that because I go through 6 different profit multipliers in that report on how to double your sales from your existing list, okay, without increasing your costs. All right, here we go. Here's an eternal marketing truth. The easiest, fastest way to get money in the bank as soon as possible is to sell your existing customers more stuff because they already know, like, and trust you. All right. Obviously, that's going to be an easier sale than going out and making a sale to someone who's never heard of you, who's never heard of your brand, who's never heard of your clinic, your business, your practice. Okay. So keep that in mind always. When you're thinking, I need cash fast, how do we make the cash register ring? You need to think, go to my existing customer base. That's where you start, okay? Now, I realize that this sounds obvious is to have a sale, okay? And I know that you know that. But what I'm trying to get across to you is that after I've been doing this for 20 years, almost, man, it's a long time, we've come up with a lot of different ways to have a sale. Okay, here are just some examples that you might want to use in your business, and I'll spare you the details. These are just mind teasers to get your brain going. Plus, they're easy to do. All you got to do is whip some copy together and go. All right, so here's the 3 golden rules of sales. Golden rule number 1. Every sale must have a reason why, and it cannot be because we need money. All right, so here's some possible reasons why. It could be a holiday. Okay, it could be as simple as Martin Luther King Day, Labor Day, or whatever. It could be a scratch and dent sale. It could be an inventory reduction sale. It could be a thank you for being a loyal customer, client, or patient. Okay. The point is you need to tell the customer why you're having the sale. Golden rule number 2, always include a real deadline and use on-page timers whenever you can. Okay. So if you're driving into a website, if you put a timer on there, it will increase the response. And you want to give a date to respond by. Okay. And you want to say the date in every single marketing piece of material that you use. And you want to say the date and the day. So I've seen, people make the mistake of just putting like Tuesday. It needs to be like Tuesday, July 18th. Okay. And even you can get fancy and put the date in as well. But you want to give a date to respond by and you want to honor your deadlines. Okay. If you don't, it's going to come back to bite you in the long run. So if you say this thing is going to end on this date and then it doesn't actually end, that person no longer trusts you to tell the truth. And then the next time you make an offer, they're going to be like, that guy lied to me once. I can probably always come back and do it later. Okay. So you got to honor your deadlines. Golden rule number 3 is you want to always try to include scarcity. Okay. Let me explain how this works. And by the way, you never want to lie about this. So if you don't have real scarcity, I'm going to show you a little technique called dark futurecast here in just a second, but let's just cover the basics of it first. If your product really is limited in number or kind, okay, in other words, there really is a certain number of this thing, or you only have a certain model, okay, then you can use scarcity and you want to state, how many you have in stock or whatever. If you really only have X number of seats or space, whether it's a seminar or if it's virtual like a webinar, okay, you can always use scarcity. If you actually can only accept a certain number of applications, clients, or patients, okay, there's only a certain number of people that you as a doctor can handle. There's only a certain number of of clients that you can handle if you're a consultant, okay? There's only a certain number of applications that you can process. Okay? That's true scarcity. If you have a limited number in stock, okay? So for example, if you're importing, like in one of my businesses, we import quite a bit of stuff. And when we do that, let's say we import 10,000 guitar tuners, for example. Well, I know that it's going to take 4 weeks to get another batch of 10,000 in stock. So if we say, look, we only have 2,873 of these, and when we run out, it's going to be another 4 weeks before we can get our stock replenished. We'll always try to use that in our marketing. So here's an advanced strategy. It's called dark futurecast. Here's the way this works. If your product or service doesn't lend itself to true scarcity, you don't want to lie about it, okay? It'll always come back to bite you in the rear end. Instead, you can use dark futurecast, and I'll show you how this works. You want to paint the picture for your prospect of what his future will look like if he does not take action and buy now. Okay? Here's an example taken from a sales letter to fill up our Modern Warrior Live firearms training event. So Modern Warrior is a 6-person event for 3 days. It takes place in a real SWAT training facility that we lease from the sheriff's department down in Mississippi. There's an airplane hall. There's a car that we shoot out of. There's a kill house where we do simunitions and we do live training. Okay. And we do daytime, we do low light, and we do no light, and we do hand to hand, and we do a whole bunch of cool stuff. The point is, this is going to people who are what we call trigger pullers. These are serious shooters. They're really into firearms and they're really into personal safety. This is not the typical hunter type person. Okay. This is a person who's more into personal safety, family protection, that kind of thing. All right. So this is a snippet from one of the sales letters we used to fill up that class. And this is the dark futurecast. Okay. All right. Let's think about what your future may look like if you decide not to attend this training. First, there's a good chance you'll never get this opportunity again. I usually only work with U.S. Special Forces and law enforcement. Second, if you're ever in a critical incident, you should know that you will not rise to the occasion. And I should mention, by the way, this letter is written from the perspective of the instructor. Okay, so the guy who's actually teaching this class is a DoD contractor, Army, et cetera, et cetera. He does, all this stuff is true. So that's who this is coming from. It's like written from the point of view of the guy who's actually the head instructor of the Modern Warrior class. Okay. Oh, let me back up. Whoops, sorry. Okay, second, if you're ever in a critical incident, you should know that you will not rise to the occasion. There's no such thing. Because when you're face to face with a psychopath who's got a gun, a knife, a baseball bat, your body will flood with adrenaline. Your heart will beat out of your chest, and your autonomic nervous system will kick in, and you'll go on autopilot. You will fight at the level you've trained for and mastered. And unlike the movies, the good guy does not always win. I know because I was a paramedic for years, and I've been called to the scene where the good guy was bleeding out. Sad, but true. So, decide now that you won't be a victim. You will take control of your future, and you will develop the skills to protect yourself and your loved ones. Click here to register now. So, the call to action there, click here to register now, happens to be because this was from a sales letter that was online. Take the exact same thing and we mail it, and we say call to register now, or we say go online to register now. Okay. So that's future casting. All right. So, that's dark future casting, by the way. So you want to use that if your product or service doesn't lend itself to true scarcity. And it can be used, like, especially in the financial market. Like, if you don't do this, here's what your financial future might look like. If you don't get your teeth fixed, here's what your health may look like in the future. Okay. And you can get as aggressive with it as you want, as you feel comfortable with. But generally speaking, people don't do stuff until they're almost forced to. So you want to be pretty aggressive, depending on your market. All right. So quick cash sale strategy number uno, the thank you sale. Here's how this works. Simply mail your list with a thank you letter, email, postcard, phone call. It doesn't make any difference. And thank them for their past business and make them an offer. It really is that simple. Okay. Here's a product example. Hey, John, thank you for being a loyal customer. It's folks like you keep me hopping out of bed every morning. As a special thank you for being a loyal customer, I'd like to offer you 30% off our best-selling product. Okay, whatever it is. And again, all of these can be adjusted depending on your particular situation. Thanks again. Remember, the customer appreciation date sale ends on, and you can stuff in the date there. And then, of course, you want to use a script. You use Brad Martineau's from 6th Division, his plus this that integrates with Infusionsoft that stuffs in the date, and it also, after the date expires, it sends them to a sorry, this page is expired page. Okay, so it's true scarcity. That's the big point. All right. Now, here's one for a cosmetic dentist. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for being a loyal patient of San Diego Dental Associates. As a special thank you for being a loyal customer, I'd like to give you a $300 Coach gift certificate when you have any cosmetic dental work valued at $2,000 or more completed by July 31st, 2015. Okay, so let's look at that paragraph for just 1 second. First, it's personalized. Hi, Sarah. So this could be a postcard. It could be a sales letter. I would probably send this in a type of, like with a gift certificate or a little batch of cookies or whatever. And then with the sales letter in there. Okay, and then that's one. And secondly, we're thanking them for their business. And third, we're giving them a reason to respond. Okay, so in this case, instead of just giving a discount, because it's going to be difficult, every patient's going to have a different level of service that they need, I chose to go the route of the $300 coach gift certificate and then put a number in there valued at $2,000 or more, completed by July 31st, 2015. So, for example, I wanted to give, if it was going to be a $3,000 job, I didn't just want to say 10% off or something like that, because then, it's kind of hairy. This is just really simple. And it's actually bonus stacking. So not only are they getting something that they want, which is their teeth done, they're also getting something they really, really want, which is this $300 coach gift certificate to buy a coach bag. Okay. So again, here's your scarcity. We're only offering this to our loyal customers like you. And so we've ordered just 50 of these $300 gift certificates. So I'm putting a number in there. I'm saying we're only going to take 50 of these patients. And simply ask a question. May I reserve yours today? If so, please call my office manager, Monica, to schedule your procedure, arrange financing if needed, and reserve your special gift. Okay, so we're telling them exactly what to do. Call the office manager, schedule your procedure, arrange financing if needed, and reserve your special gift. Now, let's take a look at the numbers for this. Let's say you had a customer base of 500 patients. So you send out 500 gift mailers with sales letter at $12 a piece. You're going to spend about $6,000. Now, you may be thinking, $12 a piece to send 500 mailers. Well, remember I said I would probably, since these are high-level clients, I would probably send them, let's say, 3 gourmet cookies, a little gift box of 3 gourmet cookies plus the sales letter. That's where I came up with the $12. Okay, might go over better than just sending them a simple, especially if they're about to spend $3,000 with you or however much, more or less. You don't want to go cheap. Okay, you want to call out your best prospect, and obviously you would want these to be your best 500 patients. You would need to size up this list. You would need to figure out exactly if those 500 people are going to be the best candidates for this procedure. You could look at their medical records and you could call them out and you could say, look, these are the people that we need to send this to. So I'm just using 500 as a number. So you may have 1,000 patients that you've dealt with and 500 of them are good candidates for this procedure. Okay. So your 50 coach gift certificates at $300 a piece, that's 15 grand. Your cost for this campaign is 21. Your total revenue, 50 patients at an average of $3,000 a piece. And you know full well, some are going to be more, some are going to be less. Okay, I'm just drawing an average. 3 grand, $150,000 in gross revenue. And your net would be 129. Now, I realize that net, quote unquote, doesn't include like your overhead. I'm not including that, but I'm just giving you an idea of how this campaign might work. Okay. So the takeaway is that she already wanted the $300 coach bag. But she might not have bought it because her husband didn't want her to spend $500 on the bag. But now she's got a $300 gift certificate. It's really only going to cost $200. So it's a lot more palatable. Or maybe the bag that she wants really is $300 and now it's free. Okay. That's even better. She already wanted to have her teeth fixed. Okay. And now she can justify the $3,000 of dental work because the bag is free. Or she can justify buying the bag, right? Because she needs to have the dental work done. So it's a win-win. And she also gets the bag with kind of like as a gift to herself for sitting in the dental chair for a day or 2 days or however long it's going to take. Okay. It's like a personal reward. And the reason I chose Coach Bag is because it's something that she may not have bought for herself. Okay. So this works better than, let's say, for example, just saying $300 off. You know why? Because that $300 Coach gift certificate can only be spent at Coach. And that's something she really, really wants. If you give her a $300 gift certificate or a $300 Visa card, now she's going to go to the grocery store a couple of times. What fun is that? You want your bonuses, your premiums to be something that people really, really want and like a personal gift for themselves. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the quick cash sales strategy number 2, scratch and dent or inventory reduction. This is pretty straightforward and works awesome for physical products. All right. So you get returns, warehouse mishaps, products that aren't in perfect condition, and you have things that are gently used. All right. This is something we've done over and over again. Hey, I just got a notice from our warehouse that we've got 72 of our best-selling guitar tuners, for example, sitting around in our warehouse collecting dust. We can't sell these as new because you always want to give a reason why. They're scratched. We had a forklift mishap. A box got dropped. They're gently worn. Some of them are used. Some of them have returns. Okay. And if you don't mind, whatever the issue is, scratched DVD covers, although they're in perfectly working order, then we're happy to let these go at a massive discount. Thanks again. And remember, we only have 72 of these in stock, and when they're gone, they're gone. So the way we handle this is we have 72, and if we sell more than 72, and then we'll just ship them the new one. Okay. All right. So another way to frame this offer is by making it an inventory reduction sale, which we've done at the end of the year. And the way we frame that up is, look, we have all this inventory. We don't want to pay taxes on the inventory. We need to get rid of it by the end of the year. And you can really help us out, and we'll help you out by giving you a massive discount. Okay. Or if you really do need space, or another thing is, hey, we have all this inventory. We get charged by the square foot. You can help us out by, in our fulfillment house by reducing the footprint of our inventory. Okay. We're going to get a discount, quick shipping or free shipping or whatever. All right. We've run these types of sales. We change fulfillment centers as well. Or if you're moving offices, this is a great one. We literally just say, hey, we're changing fulfillment centers to give you a better customer experience and faster, more reliable shipping. We don't want to have to pay the freight to move all this stuff. So we're offering you a massive discount. Okay. It's as simple as that. All right. Let's talk about the quick cash sales strategy number 3, the holiday sale. Now, before you roll your eyes, let me tell you something. There are big box retailers who are billion-dollar companies who live and die by holidays and live and die by the holiday calendar. And it can be applied to any business, any service business, physical product, digital product, software. I don't care. Holiday sales work because remember, your prospects and customers already want to buy from you. They just need a reason why. They just need a good excuse. In fact, it doesn't even have to be that good of an excuse. It just needs to be some reason that they can justify in their mind. Okay. Here's some examples. Marketers make this mistake all the time, okay? They think that their market is too sophisticated, which is a big profit-reducing mistake, okay? Tattoo this on your forehead. Your customer already wants to buy from you. You just need to give him a reason, all right? I'll talk about this in a second. Think about, what is the Memorial Day mattress sale? What does that even mean? Why do mattress companies do this and furniture companies do this? I'll tell you, it has nothing to do, Memorial Day has nothing to do with mattresses, okay? But it works, which is why they do it. Okay. They just need a reason. People they're sitting around there like, man, I'm kind of bored. Oh, what's this? A mattress sale? Yeah, it is Memorial Day. Well, I guess I'll go over there and get myself a hot dog and look through the mattresses. Okay. And then they walk out with a $3,000 mattress. They just need a reason to show up. How about the guy who's riding in his worn out car with 2 screaming kids in the back seat, who's listening to the radio and hears this ad? Free popcorn and balloons for the kids. Come down to San Diego Toyota this President's Day. Okay. Notice here, I didn't even say that it's going to be a great deal. I didn't even say it's going to be save $1,000. All that stuff would help boost the response. But look, free popcorn and balloons for kids. He's got 2 screaming kids in the back, so he's immediately taking care of that situation. And he wanted to go down to the Toyota dealership anyway and just take a look. And it's President's Day, so all those things combined, pretty good reason to drive onto the lot. So he shows up and gets on the parking lot, gets his kids some popcorn and balloons, gets them happy. And he drives away with a $35,000 new car. He already wanted the car. He just needed a reason to show up. Okay. The takeaway is, just said that, didn't it? He already wants a car. He just needed a reason to show up and buy it. If you sell to humans, this works. And I'm assuming that you do sell to humans. Okay. So don't overlook this. This is important. Follow the billions. Big box retailers, Macy's, Nordstrom, Target, Amazon, all of them, they live or die by the holiday calendar. Okay. They're already planning. They'll be planning out their promotional calendar for 18 months, 24 months. They'll be planning their Christmas calendar 2 years in advance. Okay. You need to follow their lead and plan your promotional calendar around holidays. Here's a Labor Day example. Position your service as a way to save time and money, and then package your offer with a special discount that's good only for Labor Day weekend. Independence Day. Frame up your offer by saying that your software helps business owners declare independence from clumsy, outdated, hard-to-use software and helps them get results fast. Okay. Again, I'm just giving you these examples so you can just get your creative juices flowing. Independence Day, what does it have to do with software? Nothing. But we can say we can use it as a tipping point to get someone to take a trial or to prepay for a continuity program or whatever. Here's a real estate example. If you're a real estate agent and you need to list houses, you can mail your prospects in a zip code or a street or wherever your wheelhouse is. Mail your prospects who have kids, okay, and you can easily get that list. Prospects in a neighborhood that have kids, and tell them, hey, summer's the best time to buy and sell houses. And if they list their home over their kids' spring break with you, then you offer them a 1% discounted commission or whatever you want to do, 1.5% or 0.5% or whatever. Then do the math for them because they're not going to be able to figure this out. Okay, especially if you're sharing the commission with the buyer's agent. Show them how much money they could save. So, for example, what you would do is you'd say, example, if it's a $500,000 house, a 1% commission. And by the way, I would highly recommend that you customize what you think that house could sell for. so that they have an accurate idea. Okay, that would be a level of customization you could easily do. If it's a $500,000 house, a 1% reduction in commission would be $5,000. Okay, so you're basically handing them a check for $5,000. And actually, a cool thing to do would be to take an actual check that was made out to them, to their name, that said like Dan Denley, and it had a $5,000 thing. Of course, it would be a real check. They would say, look, here's how much money you save if you list your house with me over the spring break. Okay, and we sell it. I'm going to give up 1% of the commission. That's going to come right into your pocket. Okay. But if you listed 3 more houses, okay, so you're going to take a hit on the 1%. But if you picked up 3 houses over spring break and you sold those houses, come on, you're way ahead of the game, way ahead of the game. So that's just an example of how you can use it in that business. You get the idea. The point is, don't think this won't work for me, because it will. In fact, if you don't even have to be clever about it. I'm serious. Your reason why can be as simple as, hey, it's Martin Luther King Day, January 19th, in honor of this great man, we'd like to offer you 12 months of our awesome recurring offer, our continuity offer, our software as a service offer for the price of 10 months. Okay? So, which means you get 2 months for free. It can be that simple. You just a reason to hit up the list. Okay? All right. Remember, I'll keep saying this. Your prospect already wants to buy from you. You just need to give him a reason. Okay? Cool. More sale examples. You could do a simple flash sale. Loyal customer subscriber discounts. We miss you, which would be like a reactivation campaign. Okay? For people that haven't purchased within 60 days or 45 or 60 or 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. And your kind of customer retention strategy is, once they kind of start to drop off, you can reactivate them with a simple sale. 50% off plus free shipping. Okay. That works like a champ, especially if you're doing any kind of physical thing. Combination discounts. Okay. Where you have like multiple products and you can just hit up the list for people that haven't purchased and say, look, here's a big discount for all of our services combined. And you can do a prepaid continuity discount. This works pretty well. Sometimes people just hate getting billed by the month. Okay, so let's say that you have a continuity program. It's $100 a month, and people are like, "Oh man, it's $1,200 a year. I hate that $100 every time." But they certainly might take you up on it if you give them a $200 discount. So they get 12 months for the price of 10, and they can pay one time that $1,000 up front and never have to pay for it again. Okay, you can pick up a segment of your list just by reframing the offer like that. So hopefully that gives you some ideas of how to make the cash register ring. Now imagine, what would your business look like if you actually did all this stuff? Want some help? You'd like me to personally help you implement these types of strategies and campaigns, then I'd love to speak with you to see if we might be a good fit. Go to overwatch.com/apply to apply for a free consultation now.